We are living through the laziest time in human history. Nobody knows how to cook, nobody wants to learn, and somehow we've all collectively decided that paying $37 for one sad little burrito is a normal way to live. This is the food delivery epidemic. We don't meal prep, we don't grocery shop, we just DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, and spiritually rot while waiting for a stranger to bring us cold fries. Cooking used to be normal, like basic survival. You knew how to boil rice, cut vegetables, maybe flip a pancake without setting your house on fire. Now, cooking is a personality. You tell someone, yeah, I made pasta last night, and suddenly they're like, oh my god, you cook? We've reached a point where putting food on a stove is treated like a flex. You show someone a photo of your dinner and they act like you deserve a fucking award. You could literally make eggs and toast, and someone on TikTok would be like, OMG, husband material. Like, okay. Don't even get me started on the air fryer era. Half of Gen Z really believes they're chefs because they dumped some frozen chicken strips into a $70 Target appliance and hit start. That's not cooking, that's reheating with extra steps. You're not meal prepping, you're just rotating frozen tenders and mozzarella sticks, like you're running a concession stand. Gordon Ramsay would slap that air fryer out of your hands and tell you to touch a pan for once in your life. Even ramen has been hijacked. People, they add an egg to the instant noodles and they call it homemade or gourmet. Oh my god, you sprinkled some garnish on depression. If you know how to season chicken, you're practically a Michelin-starred chef in this generation. Which brings us to food delivery. Food delivery is honestly a gateway addiction. It starts off innocent, like one little Chick-fil-A order. You're like, I deserve this. Next thing you know, it's 11 p.m. and you're ordering a smoothie and a cookie for $28 like you're some kind of tech billionaire on a juice cleanse. And here's the thing, you're not even hungry. You just don't want to stand up. The kitchen is right there, but somehow the idea of making food feels like labor. Like, you want me to microwave something in this economy? So instead, you just scroll through DoorDash like it's a dating app, swipe left on sushi, swipe right on Thai. You spend 45 minutes browsing like you're making a life-altering decision, and then settle for the same thing you always get, overpriced wings that taste like cardboard by the time they show up. And then comes the delivery spiral. You start adding dumb extras, like, yeah, I'll get the garlic bread and the brownie, and oh, why not throw in a second drink just in case I get thirsty during the meal I'm eating alone in the dark. And then it arrives, cold, wrong sauce, missing utensils, and you still eat it while watching YouTube like a raccoon with Wi-Fi. And after all that, you open your bank app and see $4.97 available. You've got an overdraft trauma and marinara sauce on your shirt. And the worst part, you do it again tomorrow, you sad fuck. Because in your head, somehow, that time it'll be worth it. Spoiler, it won't. You're not eating for convenience. You're chasing a dopamine hit from a soggy burrito and the thrill of opening a brown paper bag. And it doesn't help that grocery shopping is now an extreme sport. The idea of walking into a grocery store and actually planning meals, terrifying. It feels like you're being dropped into a boss fight with zero armor and a half-dead wallet. You walk in like, okay, I just need eggs, bread, and maybe some chicken. 2 minutes later, you're standing in front of the milk aisle having a full-blown identity crisis. Oat, almond, soy, rice, coconut, hemp, lactose-free, fat-free, ultra-filtered, protein-infused, made from vibes. Why are there 74 types of milk? And none of them taste good. They just taste wet. The produce section is worse. You go to grab a tomato and suddenly someone's giving you the side eye because it's like not organic. You're holding up a zucchini, like, am I supposed to wash this or worship it? And let's not even talk about prices. Like, why is a single bell pepper like $1.79? Does the bell pepper have fucking Wi-Fi? Then you go to the frozen aisle, you black out for 10 minutes and you come back with 3 frozen pizzas and a bag of dino nuggets. You pass by things like raw salmon and quinoa and think, oh yeah, I should eat healthier. Then you remember you haven't touched a pan since 2022 and you're not ready to start now. By checkout, your cart looks like a 5-year-old was given $100 and told to go wild. Cereal, Pop-Tarts, energy drinks, 2 types of ice cream, and some random item you forgot existed like banana chips. You leave the store $96 poorer, and somehow you still have no idea what you're eating for dinner. So because people are too clueless, scared, and anxious to shop for groceries, you end up settling on DoorDash yet again. You think your burger is $12? Oh, that's cute. Add the delivery fee, the service fee, the we felt like charging you fee, and the "it's raining so we double the price" fee, and the tip you feel guilt-tripped into leaving, and suddenly you're paying $40 for a fucking sandwich you could have made at home with 2 brain cells while you were high on meth. And God forbid you try to be healthy, like that $14 salad turns into a $38 spiritual loss. Congratulations, you just paid the GDP of a small island nation for 5 leaves and a boiled egg. Even worse is they'll still find a way to fuck up your order. No napkins, no fork, no straw. Your drink is just raw liquid in a sweating cup. You open the bag, it's a crime scene. Fries spilled, sauce leaking, sandwich sideways like it did a backflip in the car. And sometimes you get something completely different than what you ordered. You asked for teriyaki chicken, boom. Shrimp tacos, you asked for no onions, boom. Extra onions in a passive-aggressive note. And when you try to get a refund, the app hits you with, "Sorry, that item is not available for compensation." Not eligible? I paid $19 for a smoothie and it showed up half full and lukewarm like it rode on someone's lap the whole way here. These apps have the audacity to offer a monthly subscription too, like only $9.99 a month, and you can keep getting scammed with no delivery fee. Bro, that's like offering free bullets with a gun you're already shooting me with. At this point, they should just call it what it is: emotional damage in a paper bag. I think the worst part is in our society, people actually flex this. They'll say it with their whole chest. "Yeah, I don't cook, I DoorDash everything." Like that's supposed to impress someone. Like we're all gonna nod and be like, "Wow, so independent." No, bro, you're not a boss. You are just willingly getting robbed in broad daylight by a chicken sandwich. That isn't like hustle culture. That's financial self-harm. You're out here posting screenshots of like $38 Chipotle orders like it's a badge of honor. Meanwhile, your bank account is gasping for air. One more burrito and it's gonna flatline. And they'll defend it too. Like, "I don't have time to cook." Really? You just watched 7 hours of YouTube and reorganized your Discord roles. You had time. You just didn't have the will to peel a carrot. They'll try to turn it into an aesthetic like, "Oh, I'm so bad. I ordered sushi again, lol." No, you're not bad. You're just broke and full of mercury. They think using food delivery for every meal makes them quirky and like mysterious. Like, "Yeah, I'm just too chaotic to cook." Hee. No, you just don't want to wash your pan. That's not mysterious. That's called being 23 and basically mentally impaired. And some people are in deep denial. "It's not that expensive if you don't tip." Okay. When the driver spits in your food and you get sick and go to the hospital, that bill is probably going to be a bit more than the tip. At this point, people aren't eating out of convenience. They're eating to avoid responsibility. No groceries, no dishes, no cleanup, just a pile of brown paper bags and shame in your bedroom. You're not living your truth. You're just lazy. So yeah, we're all broke, bloated, and emotionally dependent on strangers bringing us food in paper bags. Cooking, dead. Groceries, optional. But hey, as long as you have $47 and zero shame, you can have a lukewarm quesadilla delivered straight to your door while you rot in bed watching Netflix. The food delivery epidemic isn't just real, it's winning. At this point, the only thing getting cooked around here is your bank account. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next video. Peace.